here were successful, they would have broken above the zone, right? So think about in terms of your key level, entry, and then order flow. That's the story you want to say into your brain every single day. So if these buyers were successful, we would have broken above the zone, but they weren't successful. They failed, right? So that there indicates that we want to be going short, right? That there indicates that we want to be going short. And so we actually had two entries over here right at the break line. So I'm going to be going over both of them in some detail. So there was the short that played out, right? Roughly a 1 to 2, or even here 1 to 3, depending on, I did trail my stops. So my stops were originally here, then I trailed them down to here, right? It's just good practice to trail your stops. Now, when you have a short like this, there's very little confirmation that the candles ever give you. At any given point, there's very little confirmation. You need to understand what's going on as we break the zone and also as we retest the zone. So this retest area was very good. So again, I'm not interested in looking at all the candles. I'm not reading the footprint charts on every single trade I take. What I'm interested in doing is I want to see a rejection of these areas, and I want to see how the market behaved at these rejections. Now, before I go and show you what rejections were going on here, understanding the theory here is super important. So we want to understand the theory in this region. So what's going on over here? So again, the story you want to tell yourself about how to enter a trade. First, you need a key level. This is very important. So the key level we derived is basically off a sweep plus M15 fair value gap. That's basically how a key level is formed, right? Now, after that, you want to see price entering your zone. So you need key level, and then you need some kind of an entry. Now, what determines this entry, right? So when price comes into your key level, what are the only two things you need? Well, you need to know the bid and you need to know the ask. Those are the only two things you need to make any trade valid and successful. So you need to start reading sort of these numbers. Now, not every single number. You want to only read the delta inside of those levels to make it worthwhile, to keep your entries valid. So we can see here a lot of blue delta, no reward. Again, blue delta, no reward. Lots of blue delta, which means buyers are putting in effort, but buyers are unsuccessful, because if these buyers were successful, we would have drove price higher above the level. Breaking below our level, despite having all these buyers over here, shows us an absorption of buyers. So it shows you that in this region, over here and also over here, the buyers were unsuccessful.